Door I can't open. There's the drain. Rebecca, the washing machines are not broken. The problem comes from the pipes. They're completely frozen. It's only a matter of time before they burst and flood the entire basement. I warned Bernard about this issue last week, but of course he only cared about renovating the parts of the hotel the guests can't see. Behind that nice facade, everything is crumbling. I'll see what I can do, but it's not maintenance we need, it's a freaking miracle. Eugene. Oh boy, that's not good. Frozen pipes? Yeah. Not good at all. Oh. Look at that.
Mr. VIP is really getting to Bobby.
Rebecca, I confess, I'm about to commit murder. I don't care who he is, how rich he is, how famous he is. The VIP guest in 602 is a goddamn psycho. He ordered room service this morning, but somehow the plates got mixed up and received eggs instead of pancakes. It happens, right? Well, the man rushed to the kitchen in a frenzy and yelled at us for 10 minutes straight, saying eggs are disgusting and he hates them. I should have told him he's disgusting and I hate him. I thought of spitting in his next meal, but before leaving he swore he'd never order anything from our kitchen ever again. Without the shadow of a doubt, this is the worst establishment I have ever visited, he said in his pompous accent. If he ever sends his clothes downstairs to be cleaned, can you be a good friend and stitch all of his pockets? Any other form of sabotage would do too, but I know you're creative. Just be careful not to arouse too much suspicion, Bobby.
I hope you managed to calm him down, Reb. The last thing the Clarington needs today is a murdered guest.
Why do I feel like the Clarington is gonna have a murdered guest today? Anything else I can check out in this letter? No. Backside, plain. Okay. Trust the process. Got a bag of plaster and one of Rebecca's candles. I can only imagine the help Bernard would give Baby caught me walking around with these items, not exactly part of a maid's typical arsenal. Now to figure out how exactly these are going to help me open a locket chest. I'm sure it will make sense soon, Sophie. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know what Beth's going to do with it, to be honest. Basement. Half erased code. Lost items list.
There you are.
Oh, damn.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Now, time to put the... Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like drawing or like making collages?
Like collages? That one's yours, right?
Yeah. I like to take fashion magazines and fix their lack of vision.
Their lack of vision?
I just think that fashion designers have been getting pretty lazy and bland lately. Don't get me wrong, my own creations are often a mess. But I like to think I'm good at editing. Putting things together to make them shine. I promise, underneath this terribly designed uniform, there is a girl with taste.
I believe you, but I've never actually seen you outside of work.
Oh God, that's true. Well, we have to remedy that. Now that we're solving a mystery together, we may as well grab drinks too. What do you say?
By the way, we're gonna romance here in a minute. What if the locks were slightly different, so the keys can't be copied? Well, then we're shit out of luck.
Yeah, we should. I don't know why we never thought of it before.
Well, it's this place, you know? When your shift's over, you just want to forget everything about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But some things are worth remembering. Hey, look! I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence. If he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Foreshadowing. Possibly he was thinking the same thing, you know, this key is gonna be brilliant. We'll see if it breaks. Now can I return the master key I borrowed? Yes, thank you. Were we able to access Rebecca's locker before? Rebecca, when Picas in room 602 is getting on my nerves. Keeps ordering food that's on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all of his wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie? That's not even the worst of it, though. Every night he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home, asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs? $4 roast beef. I think so, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think so either. I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself. Bobby. You know, maybe it was locked earlier. Now it's unlocked. And, you know, we were supposed... Because I think I remember Sophie saying Rebecca keeps candles in her locker. But that's not where we found them. So I think the game wanted us to go check out the locker, which was now unlocked, and then check out the laundry room after. But, you know, me trying to be the smart player, I went to the room that I didn't think the game wanted us to go. Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for the blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? Remember you saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement? Again, where's your stash? It's urgent, please, Bobby. Yeah, so I'm guessing I would have kind of gotten a hint.
It's locked.
We didn't check out Beth's
Didn't
either.
I find one of these in Anne's room too? The white cat must be a popular spot.
Popular spot for lesbians? Question mark.
Are you looking to buy land? I know you grew up on a farm. Maybe you're looking to get back to nature.
Bomb upstate? Question mark.
Wait, is this you, Beth? What on earth led to this picture being taken? Is that a live alligator? I think I'd die on the spot.
Sexy.
Fine. Keep your secrets, locker. Off limits.
Okay, I think that's one we checked. Yeah, that's one we checked already.
It's locked.
Zoe, Carol, yeah, remember that? Nope.
Off limits.
Wendy? Pretty sure we did Wendy. Oh yeah, wait, we did Wendy's, yeah. Susan? Yeah. Susan Yvette. We did those. Okay. By the way, a woman with a name starting with J. We have Yvette, Susan, the gossipers, Janine. Just thinking about the note in the break room where you had three people talking about the VIP guest. Okay. I'll just leave. Yeah. Double the keys. Double the fun. After I got the candle, I met up with Beth in the break room, and the plan was finally unveiled to mix plaster and wax and use the key I found in 547 to create a double. I would have never thought of this on my own, that's for sure. While waiting for the double to solidify, I got the chance to talk to Beth some more. Downtime even gave us a chance to talk about something other than the day's weirdness. Of course, now I have to go back to test our handiwork, back to Anne's room, and pray to the Lord and Savior that the key doesn't break.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
It forms a heart. That is cute.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it. And since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. We get better. Trying to rest today. I'll bring you hot soup after class,
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
Postman Always Rings Twice is a play at Lowe's Theatre tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murders so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me? On movie tickets. Lower Theatre, Montreal, Canada. I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today in secret language. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. So the secret messages were between Anne and Marcella. That's their secret language. August 11th, 1946, dear Anne. I have just heard Doris Day on the radio and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you. Not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you. Even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings to you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream. Dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us, so I'd know for sure it was real. I long for the embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M.
Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
December 29, 1947. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe si vite. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past 3 months I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it's time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. That's right.
That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Past, present, and future. The 2 keys, the ladders back and forth, all of the shared memories neatly preserved for more than a decade. Anne and Marcella were in love, there's no doubt about it. But then, Marcella broke things off, feeling the burden of their secret. She felt that if they parted ways and hid all of this under lock and key, that she could have a normal life. Now Anne and Marcella are both here at the Clarington, over a decade later, in adjacent rooms. I don't think their story is over just yet. Anne's riddle. According to one of the letters in the chest, Anne bought Marcella something that needs a 4-letter key to open. Could it be the case I found on Marcella's bed in 509? Definitely. I need to figure out 2 5-letter words, both related to Anne and Marcella's past. Heading out to class a bit later if you're still alive, otherwise have a good stream rest of the day. Thanks Evo, have a good class, maybe I'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for everything. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. Okay, so the second one is Doris. And the favorite bar... White cat? But cat's not a 5-letter. 5-letter word. I find some matches in here somewhere. Oh, let me check my clues. Letter, schoolbook letter, Michael letter, postcard, color picture, writing attempts, bedside note. White cat matchbook. Was that in the bathroom? And only open and close it. I mean, I've got to try and call Beth.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. Got a minute?
For you, always, Bean.
I opened the chest in room 507.
You did? Damn, I have to admit I didn't really believe in our little plaster key, but way to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's quite sturdy.
So, spill it. What's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
Oh, God, I hate riddles. Well, let's hear it. Which part is causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
You said Mrs. Beaumont wrote the riddle, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what her favorite bar is.
I think I do.
Really? How?
That's a story for another time. But if I had to bet, I'd put my money on the white cat.
The
Yeah, I was thinking
white
that too.
cat. I'm not sure I get it.
Well, if I'm right about the white cat, then we're looking for...
A black cat.
Yep. Why don't you look around to see if there's any mention of a black cat in Mrs. Beaumont's stuff?
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I
Okay.
You're not too bad at riddles, you know?
I never said I was bad at them, just that I hate them. Is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad I could be of some help.
I'm so stupid.
Call me after you've opened that case.
You know I will.
The cat caller.
A cat named Greta. G.R.
Oh, G-R-I-S. Oh, oh, that's an A, not an R. Sorry. There we are. A typewriter.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Wow, okay. Dear Marcella, or should I say Brigitte? You know I prefer a good crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at the train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years I was broken-hearted, angry and confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you have accomplished your dream of becoming a writer. Très sincerement, A.
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
March 25th, 1956. Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Lewis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I am willing to put up with it, as long as it doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, and suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield. And we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premature. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you are able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. Très sincerement, A. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented to Sister Miller, so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? In secret language, I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
August 10th, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet. But I do have a few comments to make to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, some place where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. Très sincerement, A. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell? To recognize you on the street? To recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
January 13, 1958. Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Louis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life? To hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet. Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. Très sincèrement, A. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname. So I've registered under the name Vermont. Okay! So that's why we had a different surname on the letter from the school. Because he thought, you know, she's hiding from her husband. Then I'm not gonna throw those away. What heartless bastard throws those away? No. No, 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 no. Absolutely fucking not.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Jesus, but only half of the letters? Oh boy. Reading! So much reading. September 27th, 1957. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. No, that's the other one. That's Mr. Sparks. Who's not Sparks? Whose name is I forgot. I only know his fake name. None of the treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones. Then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, Your Novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought me to tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him. Oh, Lindsay's a man? I didn't think that. I'd always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other. But I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivates me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon, but Lindsay is dead? After my discharge, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Brigitte was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much to tell you, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
November 8th, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess we'll have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget. I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life. And do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already. Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
December 5th, 1957, dear Marcella. I've just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago, before I even sent the first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere, even during the war amidst the death and chaos. He would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, at the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. But now there's nothing keeping me here. I am desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain. But I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you, Paul.
Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise.
Uh-huh. Same, girl. Same.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh,
Kinda.
is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
Beth!
So?
I love you.
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California.
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra Snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, alright? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Anne's letters to Marcella. And both letters written to recently to Marcella from Anne. They were tucked in Marcella's typewriter case. Paul's letters. Puzzling it out, but was able to help me out with the first hint. Thank goodness she knows about the city's nightlife, because I wouldn't even know where to start. She suggested Anne's favorite bar might be the White Cat, so I need to find something that refers to the opposite of Black Cat fitting, because I feel like a cat on the prowl for more information. All's well that ends well. After looking inside Marcella's typewriter case, I think everything's fallen into place. There are a few lingering questions, but I think this is as far as the story goes for now. Anne and Marcella arranged to be here at the same time so that they could rekindle a relationship they started when they were at college. I really feel for them after spending the day learning the story. I hope it has a happy ending. I hope so too. I hope so too.
That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I see blood. I see blood. I see... Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
I mean, it's recent.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
February 16th, 1958, deemed Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, we regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information regardless of that guest's behavior. As I'm sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy and our staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc, Hotel Manager. Hector. What on earth happened? I was on the 5th floor and heard the elevator door ringing repeatedly, so I went to check it out. I found Hector's body between the elevator doors, laying in a pool of blood. I checked his pulse and couldn't feel anything. On his person were 2 pieces of paper, a letter from Bernard and a copy of Hector's life insurance policy. My head is swirling with questions. What does it all mean? How did this happen? Who could have done this to Hector? If this was in fact someone else's doing. Lights out. And then the lights went out, as if the situation wasn't ominous enough. I need to get the power running again, and then I'll figure out what to do about poor Hector. I may as well try fiddling with the fuse box in the janitor's closet. Yeah, I'll do that.